Welcome to Nirmaya Care, where health meets understanding. This video was originally published on nirmayacare.com. For an uncensored, ad-free version of this video and other health education content, visit nirmayacare.com.
Today we're going to talk about something that almost every single one of us has to deal with at some point, acne. Especially in our teen years. And it's so much more than just a few spots on your face. It can really mess with your confidence. So in this explainer, we're going to get right into what's actually happening under your skin and, way more importantly, what you can do about it.
Aw, man, we've all been there, right? You're feeling good, you're about to head out, and then you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. Bam, there it is. A brand new pimple, front and center. It's that sinking feeling that just makes you want to cancel all your plans and hide.
And hey, if that sounds familiar, I just want you to know you are so not alone. This is a super common experience. We're talking millions of teens all over the world going through the exact same thing. People might dismiss it as just a phase, but when it's happening to you, it feels like a really big deal. Okay, so let's get into the science of it all, because, to really get a handle on acne, you've got to understand what it is and why it's even showing up in the first place. So at its most basic level, acne is kind of like a tiny traffic jam happening inside your skin. Your pores, which are actually little hair follicles, get all blocked up. And what's blocking them? A mix of your skin's natural oil, which is called sebum, and a bunch of old, dead skin cells. So how does that traffic jam actually happen? Well, it's pretty much a four-step process. First, during your teen years, your hormones go a little wild and tell your oil glands to work overtime. That's step 1, too much oil. Step 2, all that extra oil mixes with dead skin cells and forms a plug, clogging up the pore. Then, for step 3, that clogged pore becomes the perfect little home for bacteria that normally just hang out on your skin. They start to multiply like crazy. And finally, step 4, your body's immune system sees what's happening, sends in the troops to fight the bacteria. And that whole battle, that's the redness and swelling we see on the outside as a pimple. Now, while hormones are the main thing driving all this, there are definitely other factors that can, pour fuel on the fire and make a breakout even worse. So let's take a look at what those triggers are.
Yeah, it's almost never just one thing. A big piece of the puzzle can be genetics. If your parents had a tough time with acne, you might be more likely to as well. And then there's stress. When you're stressed out, your body produces more cortisol, which in turn ramps up oil production and inflammation. Bummer, right? Even some medications or a diet with a lot of sugary, high-glycemic foods, like white bread, can be a factor. And for some people, underlying conditions like PCOS can play a major role.
All right, here's a key thing to remember. Not all pimples are created equal. Seriously, knowing what kind of breakout you're dealing with is the first step to finding the right way to treat it. So think of this next part as your own personal field guide to acne.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the non-inflammatory kind. You've got blackheads and whiteheads. With a blackhead, the pore is actually open at the top. The gunk inside gets exposed to the air, it oxidizes, and that's what makes it turn dark. A whitehead is the opposite. The pore is closed off by a layer of skin, so the trapped stuff just looks like a small whitish bump.
Then you've got inflammatory acne, which is what most of us just call pimples. Papules are those small red kind of sore bumps. When those bumps fill up with pus, they become pustules, the ones with the little white or yellow top. But the ones you really need to take seriously are nodules and cysts. These are the severe ones. They feel like hard, really painful lumps deep under the skin, and they're the most likely to leave scars. And here's the deal. If you're dealing with these, it is absolutely time to see a professional.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get to the most important part. What can you actually do about it? Let's build a simple, effective action plan.
Let's kick things off with the do's. And the most important word here is gently. You want to wash your face, but only once or twice a day, plus anytime you get super sweaty. If you wash too much, you can actually irritate your skin and make things worse. And when you're buying products, look for the magic words non-comedogenic or oil-free. That's basically code for this won't clog your pores. Oh, and a simple one people forget, your hair has oils, so keeping it clean and off your face can make a real difference.
And now for the don'ts. Okay, this is the big one, you guys. Do not pick, pop, or squeeze your pimples. I know it's tempting, but all you're doing is pushing bacteria deeper into your skin, causing more inflammation, and setting yourself up for a scar. Just don't do it. Also, back away from those super harsh scrubs and anything with a lot of alcohol. They'll just make your skin angry. And the basics always matter. Take your makeup off before bed and try to keep your hands off your face.
Speaking of bad habits, it's time to bust some myths. First up, this idea that you can just scrub your acne away. So the myth is that if you scrub hard enough, you'll get your skin clean. But the fact is, acne isn't about being dirty. All that harsh scrubbing does is irritate your skin and make the inflammation way worse. Remember, gentle is your friend.
Here's another classic myth. Greasy foods cause greasy skin. You hear it all the time, right? Blaming pizza and French fries for your breakout? Well, the fact is, the science doesn't really back that up. What some studies do point to is a possible link between acne and high glycemic foods, things like sugary sodas and white bread that make your blood sugar spike. And please, 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 let's bust this last one. The myth that you can just dab some toothpaste on a pimple to dry it out. The fact? Toothpaste is for your teeth, not your face. The ingredients, especially fluoride, can seriously irritate your skin and can even make your acne worse. So just...
All right, let's talk about what happens after the breakout heals. Because sometimes acne can leave marks behind, and not just on your skin, but on your confidence too.
This is a huge worry for a lot of people, and I totally get it. But here's the good news. Not every pimple is going to leave a permanent scar. And when it comes to scarring, prevention is 1,000 times better than trying to fix it later.
So how do you lower that risk? It really comes down to these 3 things. And yes, I'm going to say it again because it's that important. Do not pick. Second, get on top of your acne early. Don't wait until it's really severe to get help because treating it sooner is the best way to prevent scars. And finally, be consistent. Skincare isn't a one-time fix. It's a marathon, so you've got to stick with your routine.
And let me just be super clear about this. You do not have to wait until your acne is bad enough to see a dermatologist. It doesn't matter if you have a few pimples or a lot. A professional can help you at any stage. They can help clear up what you have, prevent new breakouts, and stop scars before they even have a chance to form.
At the end of the day, if you take away one thing, please let it be this. Your skin is just one part of who you are. Acne is temporary, it is manageable, and it absolutely 100% does not define your worth.
So I want to leave you with a question to think about. What's one small, positive thing you can do for your skin starting today? Maybe it's just committing to being gentle when you wash your face tonight. Maybe it's finally making that appointment with a dermatologist. Or maybe it's just looking in the mirror and reminding yourself that you are so much more than your skin. What's your first step going to be?